So I'm going to go back to the main menu here. And skip session mode for now and skip into lessons. So this is going to show you, again, there's lots of lessons of all different styles here. You've got multiple lessons for certain techniques. The videos seem much more useful, and the lessons are better integrated in general. You can also skip parts of lessons if you want to just play the song with each one. They were kind of generally good in the first one. They're kind of neat in this one too. Some just fun little progressions. So let me go to chords 401. Because this talks about arpeggios, which is something I had a problem with in the first game.
Arpeggio is fancy music talk for a chord that's broken up into its individual notes. You've already been doing this. Every time you've played through the notes of a chord one by one, you've been playing an arpeggio. The simplest version of this idea is to hold down the chord and then pick from string to string.
The nice thing about this game is it really emphasizes listening before you play, which is a really good thing to do in guitar. The old game made it kind of impossible.
Listen to this riff one more time before you play it. Play it now. Let's try that.
So now it's going to progress to different chords and different picking patterns and maybe modifying the chord or whatever it's going to do. But I'm going to jump out of this. I mean, basically, I find the lessons to be much more applicable in general now. Like there's some of them here. If I get to the advanced, I think it's sorted by difficulty right now. Or difficulty, recommended. So like pinch harmonics is something I'll probably mess around with because I'm kind of bad at them. I can only imagine what this one is. Two-hand tapping. There's some Satriani in the set list. I'm sure you'll get some use of that. Some metal in general. So you've got the Guitarcade, which I'll dive into.
Guitarcade.
Now the Guitarcade, it seems like they've well, first of all, they integrated leaderboards and leaderboard challenges. So beat your friend's score or whatever. There's a score attack, which is kind of interesting. It's like the old rhythm games. Focus on score. I did Blitzkrieg Bop because it was pretty easy. I did it on Master. Basically, the way you do this is you play the song, and I haven't done easy or medium yet. Hard is the Master chart. Master is Master mode. And you've got 3 strikes. And basically the strikes are, and if you miss too many notes in a phrase, you get a strike. If you strike 3 times, it fails you. So this is the mode that's more like a game in that it can fail you. It also has a lot of like sound effects and modifies the song. This is not the way you want to play the song if you just want to hear the song on a lot of levels, but it's kind of cute. I could see myself playing some to get myself on some leaderboards here and there. Not really my focus of guitar, but kind of a neat addition. And nice that it's separate from the main game, which they had it integrated in the old game where your score was your mastery. Technique games. So now this is basically the updated, what was the Guitarcade. I've had some fun with some of these. Return to Castle Corded is cheesy fun, really cute. Scale Warriors I haven't done yet, but I've seen videos of it. It's pretty neat. A lot of these have like cutscenes now and progressions and levels, which is really cute. Some of the other ones, like Dux Redux, I think is one. String Skip Saloon, Gone Whalin'. These are more like I guess like mobile mini games. So you're playing along, you get progression, like you level up based on doing certain kind of subtasks. The first game I saw that in was Ski Free for my Android. But I'm gonna dive into this one here because I think this is one of the more useful ones. There's also more like game elements in them, and they're really cute loading screens. There's kind of game elements in them, so like you have different kinds of dudes. There's like in the Ducks game, there's Ducks with shields. In this one, you've got big guys that take 3 hits and little guys that take 1. And it just feels like more like a game than the old ones did. This is a rendition of Tapper, or from the old arcade. change to the front pickup because the back one is very sensitive to muting the strings. Seems better. Okay, that got crazy. Yeah, these games kind of do that. At some point, they just get out of control, and if you're not in the mode, in the zone, it's kind of impossible. Okay. Anyway, they're fun. I could see myself actually playing the Guitarcade more this time. In the last one, they were really just like hit the note on this fret. This one, there's a little more. There's strategy. There's timing. Hey, I'm moving up the leaderboards. Not that that's a big focus for me. So that's basically the Guitarcade. In general, my impressions are that it's more fun. So people may do them more. The ones I've played, they're fun as games. It definitely felt more like I'm playing a game with a guitar as a controller than doing a guitar drill disguised as a game, which is a good and a bad thing. I think it's kind of fun. So I'm gonna end on the session mode and then just kind of my kind of final impressions on this. Let's see here.
Session mode.
So if you guys haven't seen this before in demos, it's actually kind of cool. Now I did take 3 years of guitar lessons before I ever picked up Rocksmith, and my teacher taught me blues, so I'm gonna load up a blues band here, and G is actually the root we most often soloed in. So hopefully I will not embarrass my teacher here. I'm a little rusty at this, but I'm happy this exists because this gives me an incentive to just improvise, which is just a really good thing for a guitarist to do, and it's also super fun. It's got some neat features here. I'm going to let the tempo be 94, leave the groove at shuffle, sure, relax, push, wow, neat. I haven't even tried all these things. Tempo slew is where it changes the tempo with your playing. I'm going to leave it off. I like it all nice, rigid, keep the beat on the right BPM, and the rooms, you got to do blues in the club. I expect that affects like reverb and stuff. So I'm going to start this out and jam for a little bit. Apologies, I'm not the world's best improviser. Well, that's interesting. I think I found the bug on camera. It did not actually pick up with me for some reason. Let's try that again, see if it picks up. That seems better. All right, that's enough of that. I was in the wrong key at the beginning there. That's a lot of fun. I mean, gamify improvising. Great. You got me. I'm sold. Kind of final impressions at this point, or my impressions thus far. This is a great upgrade. This may be the best sequel to any game. Honestly, it might be the best sequel to any game I've ever played in terms of improvements, features. This, I feel, delivers on the vision that the first Rocksmith had in a way the first Rocksmith was not able to do. And that is reason enough to get it. Ubisoft has gone above and beyond. They improved the core engine. The latency is lower. The tones sound better. The tone switching makes songs sound better. The techniques are more accurate. There's more of them. It can actually detect things, like I said, chorded harmonics. There's that. Those kinds of things like that, like in Barracuda. It charted one harmonic because it couldn't actually interpret multiple harmonics. There's that. If you go import your old Rocksmith 1 stuff, value upon value, it's just really, really, there's tons of stuff to do. I mean, I look at the Learn a Song menu, and right away, I'm kind of overwhelmed. It's a lot of stuff. Because going back to some of the old things, and I do want to do that, plus the new DLC coming out all the time. This is just stuff I've favored so far. That I've barely scratched the surface, and there's a lot more I'm going to do. This is just kind of the short list that I'm going to be looking at. Rush is a lot of fun on guitar. Anyway, my impressions on this, people ask, and I'm sure we'll continue asking in video comments, should you get this game? Is this worth it? Yeah. This delivers so much more than I thought on what it had. I mean, if I have to say there's a couple things that are a little awkward, there's still not a mode where you can really read tab. If you go to a solo, you can slow things down all the way, but you can't stop them. The escape menu seems to be one way to do that right now. But it's a little awkward to look at the gems and figure out what you're seeing and sight reads certain aspects of things. So I think a tab that puts the notes in order would still be a great feature that they don't have. There's also, you lost the replay at the end of songs, but that's replaced with the integrated riff repeater, and honestly, that is so worth it. That's a minor nit at this point. The game still feels like it's a little buggy a couple times. You saw session mode kind of freak out on me there. But I haven't hit many bugs at all for a brand new software at this point without any patches. This is playable. I mean, I would not feel robbed if they never patched this game. It's a really, really good piece of software. So kudos Ubisoft. And again, if you guys are interested in getting this game, yes, you should get this game. It's really, really good. If you had any interest in the first game, if you liked that you didn't like the loading screens, if you liked that you didn't like the way the tones worked or the whatever, the riff repeater, they fixed all the problems I had with the old game. They made this one fantastic. This is guitar player candy. Go out, get this game. I hope you guys like this. This is, again, the very different style of a video than I usually do. I might do a little more of this, or maybe even like a Let's Play, but it's kind of tricky for me to set this up. I don't have a great mic set up, so hopefully this will come out okay. And I hope you guys enjoy videos and the game. Thanks again for watching, subscribing, all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you later.